right, Bannock County Commissioners are now in session. Our first item on our agenda is Chantel.
Chantel Laulu with Indigent Services. The case that I have before you this morning is case number 2023-0033. It's an application for cremation expenses through Cornelison Funeral Home in the amount of $1,200. The deceased is a 59-year-old female, Bannock County resident, was not a veteran. With the information that I did obtain, it does appear that the deceased meets criteria to be eligible for assistance. Bannock County is the last resource for payment of these final expenses, and there is no responsible party available for repayment of this request at this time.
Questions?
Mr. Chair, on case 2023-0033, I move that we approve this as presented.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Signature.
No, sorry. I guess I'm still leaking it.
Thank you. All right, looks like Nancy, you're up.
Commissioners, we were awarded the JAG grant that we just recently applied for the tough books for the sheriff's office, and so we're just requesting acceptance of the grant and for Commissioner Moser to accept the grant online.
I don't know, that's a challenge.
Getting it, Andy's learning quickly, so.
Okay. Motion?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the JAG grant and authorize the chair's electronic signature.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And looks like we're going down to you, Christy.
Okay. Jason actually might be able to speak better on this, but let me jump down to my section.
Are you going to do the 10X
The
equal books?
grant award. Basically, this is just the Secretary of State has monies and they allocate to all of the different counties an award amount. So this would just be to accept those funds so that we can use them for the equal
Yeah,
books.
the equal books.
And then the match portion will come from potentially ARPA funds.
Okay.
What's the grant and what's the match?
It's HAVA funds, so that's.
Isn't it like 32.5 or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the match on that?
It's minimum. It's around $4,000.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you got me out of order, now I'm just all.
Just combobulated.
It's all right. It's a curveball. It's fine.
Nobody showed up today.
And there's going to be 2 pots of money from the Secretary of State this year. These HAVA funds, and then there's another one that is similar that Julie's looking into to see. It's for technology and IT, and so it actually might be money that comes through the elections office, but Adam could use it for county firewalls, upgrades to systems, whatever. But we'll let you know when we get close on that one.
But these funds, the HAVA funds weren't anything we applied for, so that's why we didn't do a application. They were just nice and giving
Yep.
us.
And it used to be that they would come every year, and over the last few years it's been hit and miss. But I think it's been 2 years since we've had any HAVA funds.
It's always good to have
They-
money when we didn't expect it.
Yeah, I think with Phil in there, he'll be pushing for it, so I think we'll get it every year.
Okay. Motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we accept the grant as presented.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And Julie was planning on coming?
Nope, she's not going to come.
Oh.
She's over there doing precinct splits, which is exactly what e-poll books will help us with. The splits this year are going to be more than we've ever had if you get a minute, go over and look at how she has them organized.
Yeah.
The nice thing about e-poll books will be when somebody comes in, we scan their ID, and it will tell the poll worker which of the ballot splits this person gets. So that it's not, it takes the human error out of trying to figure out which ballot of the 5 potential that says this is the one based on their address.
Is the precinct split, are all these precinct splits related to the school district?
Well, no, I mean, you could.
Some of them are.
Yes, but not all. So there are people that live, let's just say Chubbuck, that live in School District 25 boundaries, so they're voting on trustees, but they live in, but they live just outside of the city of Chubbuck, so that they might not be, or they could have both. So that's 3 ballot styles right there. One with, one without, and all 3 at one precinct. And that's just like an example of what would happen. So we are going to have a few different slides that are new in the PowerPoint for the training, talking specifically about being extra careful this election because it is a lot of ballot splits. There are some precincts that will have 5 different ballots possibilities. Can you imagine
The poll
Ada County?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Motion?
Well, I already did that, didn't I?
no, this is for the contract. The other was to accept the HAVA funds.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we accept the contract as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hal, you're up.
Hal Jensen, Planning Director. I have with me Elise Foster, planner over subdivision, and we have a plat for the commission to sign. This is I believe, a 2-lot subdivision of an existing 20-acre lot from
Spring Creek from
way back.
2000?
Anyway, it's been a long, drawn-out process with the applicant, and we're finally here. It meets the ordinance, et cetera, for open space, and it's off of Raccoon Drive outside of Lava. So
That's always an interesting area.
we don't have any other items to review with you unless you have items or questions for us.
Comments, questions?
Nope.
I believe this requires chair signature and Jason's.
Motion?
Mr. Chair, I would move that we approve the subdivision plat for the Raccoon subdivision, is that right? Yeah, and authorize chair signature.
Have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Shanda, you're up.
Good morning, Commissioners. Shanda Crystal, Chief Procurement Officer. I have 2 items before the board today. The first, I believe, is a review and a requested signature on the Bannock County Procurement Policy and Procedure Manual. As we talked last week, we took out any reference to the less than state requirements. So all of those have been removed. We are now equal to the state on both public works as well as goods and services. And then upon review and approval today, that I will get with elected officials and department heads and just let them know of that adjustment going forward for fiscal year 24.
Okay. Questions, comments?
Nope, I like it. So, Mr. Chair, I'd move that we approve the policy and procedure manual for procurement as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
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 As Commissioner Crowder mentioned last week, a little more data about the amount of money we spend and what we're spending it on that's less than those state. That's where I'll start headed next.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
So you mentioned last week when we met to have some data behind purchases that we make that are less than the state code. And so then we would know if we needed to, if there was a direction, if we wanted to implement a policy. So that'll be my next direction, is getting more information. I met with my procurement team in November, and so we'll talk with them again about anything that they see might be helpful or spots of concern for them. I also have conversations with Christy and legal as we review and make steps forward on if we were to propose something else. But those will be kind of the next directions that I had.
All right, thanks.
The second item I have before the board is a truck purchase order with Kenmore Sales. We are piggybacking off of a NASPO contract for these trucks. It's been through procurement and found that they followed all of the Idaho procurement laws for this. It has also been through legal. Legal had one adjustment request that we make to the contract before the board, and that's in section 18. And that's the governing law be the state of Idaho, not Utah. So that has been changed in the one that is before the board today. And then we would just ask for review and signature.
Well, all right, third day in the budget, here we go. But it'll take a long time to get this.
Right,
Taken
they're
care of.
looking at about 10 months out for
Yeah.
this.
What's your favorite?
Motion,
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the contract as presented.
we have a motion, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Perfect, we're gonna turn into Road and Bridge.
All
Thank you
right,
so much.
thank you. Next one is a review of the Christian Church. I did talk with legal, and they are not eligible for the 2 properties that they are renting. But they are eligible for the parking lot. So, any questions?
Nope. Mr. Chair, I would make a motion that we approve the property tax exemption for the parking lot on the church and deny it on the other 2 parcels as identified.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, pass that on then. Next, we have in the letters, we have primetime auction, 2 cattle guards, a street sweeper, a Honda Foreman, Argo Quest, and snow blower. Okay to send these to the auction?
I like it. Mr. Chair, I move that we authorize sending these items identified to the auction.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Can I get a, if I press sticky, can I get a copy of that? Just because then we know when to anticipate money.
Okay. And she won't be back till next Tuesday,
No worries.
I think. She's spending time in Florida and South Carolina. All right. Next, under the consent agenda, we have alcohol licenses, salary rate approval forms, and just an acknowledgement on the one salary rate approval form. The employee's last name is Ames. Captain Ames is the one that signed it, and we have confirmed that they're not related. So, just for that purpose. Motion on the consent agenda.
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
With that being said, we'll be at recess until 10 a.m.